A spacious and practical cabin surely isn't what comes to mind first when you think of a nearly $2 million supercar. With the Gemera, the company's first ever high-performance automobile with space for 4 passengers, Swedish sports car manufacturer Koenigsegg hopes to modify that impression, or at the very least provide an alternative. Until now, the world of two-seaters has been the domain of ultimate performance, according to CEO and founder Christian von Koenigsegg. The new car, according to Koenigsegg, is perfect for family trips in comfort, style, and safety with unparalleled performance. The Swedish manufacturer of ultra-rare, high-performance supercars, Koenigsegg, has once again outdone itself. The Gemera is one of the most extravagant family vehicles ever created, and Koenigsegg unveiled it on Tuesday despite the cancellation of the Geneva International Motor Show. However, Koenigsegg's new 4-seat beast is on a different level from other exotic potent family haulers like the Lamborghini Urus, Ferrari GTC 4 Lusso, and Porsche Taycan. The Gemera's 3 electric motors, which together produce 1,100 horsepower, provide some of the hybrid power. Koenigsegg claims that the Gemera can travel 31 miles while only using its electric motors and can reach a top speed of 186 miles per hour. However, when you consider the Gemera's twin-turbocharged 600 horsepower, 3-cylinder engine, things really start to get absurd. The Gemera is said to produce an astounding 1,700 horsepower and 2,581 pound-feet of torque when combined, according to Koenigsegg. The Gemera produces some absurd stats, packing more power than a Formula 1 car and more torque than a lorry. According to Koenigsegg, it accelerates from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 1.9 seconds and has a top speed of at least 248 miles per hour. Not to mention, the Gemera has 4 seats and all the amenities you would expect from a family vehicle. Why did people choose a market hauling comfort and pure performance? In a market where buyers frequently have to choose between people hauling comfort and pure performance, the Gemera is an odd combination of a supercar and a family car. It features 3-zone climate control and can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in less than 2 seconds. It has 8 heated and cooled cup holders and an astounding 1,700 horsepower. It has enough for the luggage of 4 adults. Consider a scenario in which you have a limited budget of a few $1,000,000 and require a vehicle that will both transport your children to school and destroy everyone else at the racetrack. With only 7 figures to deal with, your options are limited. But artisanal automaker Koenigsegg might have the perfect car for you. The Swedish firm, known for producing some of the fastest and most expensive supercars available, has just unveiled the Gemera, a 4-seat Grand Tourer. It might be the most extravagant family vehicle around, ideal for your small 7-figure dilemma. The firm claims that the Gemera is still a performance sports car, even though it can accommodate 4 large persons comfortably with space catering to their carry-on luggage. The Gemera is a hybrid vehicle with a 2-liter, 3-cylinder engine and 3 plug-in electric motors that can provide up to 1,700 horsepower. The Gemera can go from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 1.9 seconds, with a top speed of 248 miles per hour thanks to its hybrid powertrain. The Aston Martin DBS Superleggera and the Ferrari GTC 4 Lusso were 2 of the fastest 4-seat vehicles available in the past. Bentley released the 4-seat Continental Supersports in 2017 with a top speed of 209 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 3.4 seconds, and it was marketed as the fastest 4-seat vehicle in the world at the time. The 4 seats need to be discussed. Full-length Koenigsegg automated twisted synchro helix actuation doors, KAT-SAT, that open widely provide access to them. B-pillars are required for the doors. Consequently, there was never one to begin with. A robust carbon monocoque allows for such to occur. With a 3,000 mm wheelbase, 4 adults can fit comfortably. Even the back seats have an ISOFIX. 4 cold and 4 warm cup holders, front and rear seats, central infotainment displays, and front and rear wireless phone chargers are among the luxuries. Apple CarPlay, Wi-Fi, and onboard internet, an 11-speaker audio system, interior and exterior cameras, 4 reading lights, memory foam heated seats, motorized front seats, and 3-zone climate control are all included. The interior of the Gemera has room for 4 people and 2 infotainment screens, one for the front dashboard center console and the other for the back 2 occupants. The same philosophy that Koenigsegg has used for its two-seater hypercars is responsible for these incredible performance results, specifically a strong engine, minimal weight, and a monocoque made entirely of carbon fiber. Your golf club's wealthy members might need some assistance in understanding the power plant because it only has 3 cylinders. Yes, the Gemera sports a sophisticated powertrain that includes not fewer than 3 electric motors and a 2-liter 3-cylinder dry-sumped twin-turbo engine. The electric motors combine for 1,100 horsepower, while the gasoline engine produces 600 bhp. That translates to 1,700 horsepower of combined power. While being able to use second generation or Gen 2.0 ethanol or CO2 neutral methanol, this engine is also future-proof. The Gemera may also be operated on E85 and of course regular gasoline until these second generation renewable fuel sources are more widely available. The Gemera, which has 3 electric motors, can travel up to 300 km per hour, absolutely silently. Additionally, the strong 800-volt battery offers an EV range of up to 50 km. The total range at highway cruise speed with the powertrain and in hybrid mode is 950 km. The Gemera is family-friendly since it includes all-wheel steering, all-wheel drive, and all-wheel torque vectoring, in addition to its considerable amount of available power. There are numerous screens and cameras throughout the futuristic cabin, but no actual classic interior design elements. As an alternative, Koenigsegg has entirely altered what a family performance automobile could be. The lack of a rear door and the substantial air intakes, along with the car's slim lines, make the Gemera an unusual vehicle outside. Koenigsegg anticipates beginning Gemera deliveries later this year, and the configurator will shortly be made available to customers. In relation to that, the majority of the 300-unit production run has been reserved. Billionaires who enjoy driving fast and want to bring their families along seem to be a fairly common kind. Cost of a Koenigsegg Gemera? The Gemera is anticipated to cost more than $1 million. The Gemera is an absolutely magnificent-looking hypercar with a characteristic Koenigsegg style that is futuristic in nature. Performance guarantees are simply unbelievable and seek to raise the bar. The short manufacturing run would eventually make it a billionaire's toy, but it would still cost as much as a Koenigsegg typically does. The Gemera can also perform torque vectoring, which is the capacity to send varying amounts of power to different wheels. By using dedicated motors for the rear wheels and an open differential for the front wheels, this is beneficial in low grip and high performance circumstances, or let's be honest, when you're combining both. Additionally, you want to make sure the automobile can obey as many of your directions as possible when you have 1,700 horsepower to work with. Since so many hybrid powertrains have been created to fit inside vehicles that were initially exclusively intended to house combustion engines, they are typically clunky and unsightly. It's always exciting to watch where the technology can go because businesses like Koenigsegg are always designing their limited-run automobiles from the ground up. It's also interesting to think about what other automakers might be able to learn from the initiative. The rest of the vehicle is equally bizarre, as the Gemera's hybrid drivetrain. It's Koenigsegg's first 4-seater, which gives rise to the ludicrous idea of cramming a family into this absurd 1,700 horsepower vehicle for a trip to the store or perhaps a revved-up contemporary version of National Lampoon's Vacation. Memory foam is used in the seats, which can also be covered in leather or Alcantara. 2 wireless smartphone charging pads are available. Both the huge projecting 13-inch touchscreen and the one for the backseat passengers support Apple CarPlay on the dashboard. There is a floating 360-degree camera for some reason. Additionally, the Gemera has screens protruding from each A-pillar that allow the driver to see the person they just passed in the dust because it has cameras in place of side view mirrors. It is indeed what Koenigsegg refers to as the world's first Mega GT for Grand Tourer. The Gemera, like the company's other vehicles, is also so absurd that it is free to go by any name it wishes. Most of us won't ever have the opportunity to drive one of the 300 that will be produced, let alone think about purchasing something so uncommon. However, it's always entertaining to observe what a bunch of individuals can accomplish when they're not subject to the limitations that traditional automakers are.